Hello and welcome to the Knowledge Source. So, in today's discussion, we are going to discuss about the Myanmar coup which has happened. So, in this session, we are going to discuss how this Myanmar coup has happened and what are the impacts that it can create on India and how India have to deal with this Myanmar coup that has happened. So, before starting this session, I would like to first of all apologize because I was not taking the session due to my health conditions. So from today onwards, one thing I'm promising that we will take the session on the time, and at least we will try to take at least one or two sessions on the daily basis. So let's start this discussion. First of all, I would like to say that you can follow us, or you can join us on our Telegram channel, that is Knowledge at Source, or you can follow us on Facebook channel also. So if you see the recently what is happening in and around our neighboring country is that the conflict between the Myanmar's elected government and the military has once again come to the surface, and because of this thing, a lot of criticism from all around the world is happening. And recently what has happened is that first of all, military government of Myanmar, military which has the power, to influence different decisions taken by the elected government of Myanmar. So in this case, what is happening right now as of now is that first of all, military, what has it has done is that it has denied the democratically elected government of Myanmar, saying that they will not accept the result what has been declared in last 2020, at the end of the 2020. And after that, what military of Myanmar has done is that it has denied and it has detained the Aung San Suu Kyi, which is the nationally elected government head, which is leading this party, which is called NLD. So what is also happening is that different troops of the military is patrolling the streets, and they have already declared that the 1 year emergency will be implemented from the February 1st 2021. So all these things are happening. So before understanding this topic, and before understanding the context behind it, that how it has happened and how these all these things has unfolded, we have to see that what is the background of this issue. So we'll see, if you see, uh, as you know, that Aung San Suu Kyi is the NLD head, that is although he is not elected directly, but he is indirectly taking all the decisions taken by his party. So in 2010, after 15 years of long detention, he was released by the Janta, which is called the Supreme Court, which has declared at that time, and which is also influenced by the military. But in 2016, if you see that, he assumes the de facto national leadership role of the state councillor, which is also the party of NLD. But in 2015, what happens that NLD landslides its victory, got the landslide victory, and it was a massive victory of kind of democratically elected government. It got the power in 2015. So after 2015, 2010, so in 2020 also, what we saw is that NLD also got the same power and the same types of majority by the government or the citizens of that country. So once the result of the 2020 elected government elections were declared, the military come into force, and they said that we will not accept the result that has been published or been given by the election bodies of the Myanmar. And after that, what they saw is that different allegations were put forward by the military, and they were saying that these all elections are forced, and they were somehow helping the NLD party. So in after that, what happened is that the army declared the 1 year state of emergency, and after that, this Aung San Suu Kyi was detained, and the 1 year of emergency was declared. And right now, what is the situation of the Myanmar is that after the coup has happened, military is patrolling the streets, and they are taking all the decisions, and they are denying the rights of the different citizens of residing in the Myanmar. So this is what the present condition of the Myanmar is. So if you see that, wow, why these things are happening, why democratic, if you see, so I would say the major flaws of all these kind of tussle on going on between the military and the democratically elected government of Myanmar is that different flaws are in the constitution of the Myanmar once it was formulated. So if you see the kind of there is no separation of power among the president and the parliament and the judiciary, and all the powers, I would say, is concentrated in the hands of president, and the president somehow de facto leader who is taking the decision of the all the different laws which is being passed in the Myanmar. So another, I would say, the major problem of the kind of constitution of the Myanmar is that around if any constitutional amendment has to be introduced, it has to be passed by around 75% of the vote in the parliament. And I remind you that in this 75% that has to be mandated for the democratically elected constitutional amendment has to be happen, 25% of the weightage is given to the military. So you can see, you can analyze the factors and how the kind of influence the military has in the Myanmar. So they are saying that in if you see the in around 75% of the voting percentage that is required for the constitutional amendment, around 25% of the vote, 25% has to come from the military. So you can see how they are dictatorship and how they are influencing the decision of the democratically elected government. So this has to be changed if this the kind of tussle that is going on has to end on a sustainable manner. So if we see that why this tussle happening between the military and the elected government of Myanmar, first of all, there is a power assertion that military is asserting that they have the power, because if you see 1988 was the time when the military somehow incorporated all the powers that was there in the Myanmar. And once they got the power in 1988, they have their say, and they were impacting all the decisions that was taken at that time by the different leaders of the Myanmar. Apart from this, if you see the major impact that is it creating is there is a lack of stability right after the independence of the Myanmar. What we are seeing is that there is a lack of stability provided by the successive governments of the Myanmar. So what is happening is that if you see the modern state of Myanmar, which was found right after the independence of our 1947 when India got independent. After that, what happened is that different governments come to the power, but they do not provide that stability which was required for the smooth transition of the power from one government to the other. So all these things has happened lead to the kind of conflict between the military and the democratically elected government. So all these things has led to the creation of kind of tussle and the kind of coup happening every time and again. So all these things are the major abstraction of the military kind of power tussle between the military and the elected government of Myanmar. So I hope we have you guys have got some insight about this issue. So thank you as always for joining.